DEKU meets Poseidon. Dive into a world where My Hero Academia's protagonist gains the power of the sea god. Let's explore the epic what if together. Izuku was a cheerful and kind boy who spent time with his friends and was a very good person. But unfortunately, one day he went to get diagnosed to find out if he had a quirk. It didn't go as expected. When Izuku was told he didn't have a quirk, his life became horrible. Everyone mistreated him, humiliated him, and even his mother Inko and his brother, who had the quirk of pyrokinesis, abused him. Izuku had to bear the weight of humiliation all alone, something very heavy for just a 4-year-old child. 11 years later. During those years, Izuku had become a bit more mature than he was and was no longer the cheerful child we knew. Now, he didn't talk to anyone, didn't make direct contact with anyone, and had scars all over his body, face, abdomen, arms, etc. Izuku was walking calmly along the beach. Izuku, how relaxing it is to be at the beach away from the other rubbish people. But at that moment, he would remember everything that happened since he was a child. Izuku, darn, what will become of me in the future? If they don't kill me, I'll kill myself because of my weakness, he said as he looked at the sand. But someone could be heard coming up behind Izuku. Villain, hey kid. Give me everything you have or I'll kill you quickly. As his arms formed sharp spikes. Izuku, I don't have anything. Saying in a calm and simple way. Villain, I'm not stupid, last warning, give me your stuff or you die right here. As he approached with his pointed arms. Izuku, I told you I don't have anything. I can barely afford clothes. I'm not the kind of arg. But he would be interrupted by a deep cut in his chest. Villain, pathetic. To grab him and throw him into the sea, I hope you sleep well with the fishes. Ha ha ha. As he walked away. Izuku, seriously. Is it that easy? I'm going to die, while sinking deeper and deeper. Izuku, darn, I couldn't become a hero. I hope in my next life I have a quirk, closing his eyes and seeing everything black. But out of nowhere, Izuku would appear in a place with nothing and everything was white. Izuku, where am I? Am I dead? Looking at the lonely place he was in. Above him, a bright white light would begin to emerge. Izuku, but what? Covering his eyes from the light. Midoriya Izuku, you have been chosen to be crowned as the god of the sea, Poseidon. Izuku, what? What the heck? Crowned as the god of the sea? ? You were chosen by the gods to be the god Poseidon. We have seen your life, you have been through a lot, and we deduce that you were the best for this position. Izuku, but what would happen if I choose to be a god? With a little fear but intrigued. Well, whatever you want. As a god, your duty is to protect humans, but don't get too attached to them. Also, you will have incredible power like no other. Oh, and your appearance will change because, well, your body is in bad shape. Izuku, incredible. I don't know. Think about it, kid. You could be the hero you always wanted to be, protecting humans from villains. Izuku. To be a god. It's a very good offer but. Really someone like me? Izuku, okay, I'll be the god Poseidon. Looking at the light that was no longer bothering. Izuku Midoriya, you will be crowned as the god of the sea Poseidon, you will change your appearance, you will have great power, and the last rule, your duty is to take care of humans, but you have to be cold with everyone. You are already a perfect being, feelings are a big problem for gods, so be cold and cruel, okay? Izuku, yes. Incredible, I'm going to be a god. Finally, I'll be able to protect people and be a hero even if I'm cold with them. It's worth it. Now, Izuku Midoriya, you will be the god Poseidon. So the light would shine until covering the entire area along with Izuku. After what just happened, Izuku would appear next to the beach where he had died. Izuku, where am I? Waking up looking around. Izuku, he would observe the water and see that it has a divine appearance, is it really me? Observing his blonde hair, blue eyes, his well-built body, and his attire, huh? Looking at the area he was in. Izuku, I'm on the beach, but what the heck? He would feel a great power within him and automatically know all his abilities. Izuku, incredible, well, my duty is to enter UA, it will be easy for me now, as I am the god of the sea, but TCH, I hope the human scum I hate the most isn't there. TCH, I hope the human scum I hate the most isn't there. 12. Characteristics of Izuku. He is taller than in the anime. He has the appearance and clothing of Poseidon. He has the powers of Poseidon. He has the same behavior as Poseidon, he will be cold and arrogant. After Izuku became the god of the sea, he built a house next to the beach, a fairly large house for himself. Izuku hasn't seen his family since the day he became a god. He directly went to find a home for himself because he didn't want to be with what he calls rubbish humans. Izuku was sitting in his armchair at home quietly, remembering that the UA entrance exam would be in 1 week. Izuku, right, 1 week until the entrance exam. I wish I didn't have to be with those rubbish people, but I have to do it, he said in an annoyed manner. Izuku, all I can do is wait, no need to prepare. He lay down and fell asleep on the couch. 1 week later. Izuku was walking to UA calmly, but several people looked at Izuku strangely because of his clothing, and others because of how handsome he was. Izuku, I hate how these stupid humans stare at me like this, while looking ahead. After a while, he would arrive at UA, ignoring all the looks he received. Izuku would spend some time doing the written exam, which would be very easy for him, and now he would just be at the door waiting for the exam to start. Izuku, how much longer will it take to open this door? With his eyes closed and arms crossed, he would glance at the people who were also waiting. Izuku, rubbish. ? Hey, your outfit looks really cool, man, although it's strange. Someone would arrive next to Izuku. He would just ignore him. Hey, I'm talking to you. He tried to grab his shoulder, but suddenly Izuku would pull out his trident and hit him in the stomach. ? He would be on his knees on the floor, holding his stomach from the big blow Izuku gave him. Izuku, get lost, he said while still with his arms crossed and eyes closed, gee go to hell. As he walked away from him. Everyone who was there was surprised. And the women who wanted to approach Izuku because of such an act decided it would be better not to. Present Mike, are you ready? To this, no one answered, being on top of a building. Present Mike, are you ready? He said again and no one answered. Present Mike, I said if you're. But he would notice someone staring at him threateningly. Present Mike, WYD does T that stare M make me F feel less scared, well, without further ado, the test begins in 3, 2, 1 go. The door would open revealing a city, all the participants would be running, but Izuku would just stand still. Izuku. Out of nowhere, a small wave would be advancing forward with Izuku on top of it with his trident, surprising everyone. In the observation room. Nezu, it seems we have many young people with great potential. Observing the screens where there were many people destroying the robots. All might, that's true, while looking at a girl with brown hair with pink lightning around her destroying robots. Snipe, I'm interested in that explosive guy, pointing at a screen where there was a person destroying robots with their explosions. Midnight, but, look at that one over there, pointing to the screen. Power loader, right, he's moving forward with a wave of water? Ectoplasm, it's incredible, and not only that, apparently his trident destroys the robots easily, surprised at how easily he destroys them. Cementos, what's that boy's name and what's his quirk? Nezu, his name is Izuku Midoriya, and his quirk is, God of the Sea? Leaving everyone surprised. Aizawa, what nonsense did I just hear, sitting in a chair with his eyes closed. Power loader, maybe he's incredible at controlling water, but calling himself a god is just too crazy. Ectoplasm, although it might be true, first look at his outfit, his image, that trident he has, it makes sense, but I doubt he is what he says he is. All Might, we'll ask him when he enters UA, with the 223 points he has, it's enough, a bit surprised. Power loader, right, we'll tell him it's not funny to call himself a god. Nezu, yes, well, we have to keep observing, gentlemen, the best is yet to come. Haha, pressing a red button. With Izuku still riding his wave, effortlessly destroying robots along the way, he accumulated 223 points. Izuku, this is too easy, how boring. Suddenly, the whole place started shaking, terrifying everyone except Izuku. Izuku, why? Noticing the water under his feet dispersing due to the movement. Izuku, oh well, who cares, I want to walk a bit more. Dispersing the wave he was riding, landing firmly on the ground. Out of nowhere, a giant robot emerged, wreaking havoc wherever it went. People began running away from the giant robot. Izuku, TCH. I don't plan on getting dirty for a damn piece of junk. Turning around and leaving the area. Ouch hh. A scream of pain could be heard. Izuku turned around to see a person trapped under a rock, with the giant robot getting closer. Izuku, not my problem. Continuing to walk forward. But out of nowhere, a pink lightning bolt streaked past Izuku towards the robot. Izuku, Turning to see a girl who leapt to strike the robot, destroying it but breaking her arm and both legs as she fell. Izuku, For a human, that was quite something. Too bad she won't survive. Pausing for a moment to consider whether he should save her or not. Izuku, I'll give you a chance only because you might be useful. Creating a large amount of water from above to cushion her fall into the water, then removing the water and leaving the scene, while several people arrive to help her. Izuku, I think I'll regret saving her in the future, as he left the place. 2 weeks had passed since Izuku took the UA exams. Right now, Izuku was at home resting quietly on his comfy chair. Izuku, the acceptance letter from UA should arrive today. I definitely aced everything, it was too easy. Suddenly, he heard the mail being delivered. Izuku, so, it's here already? Getting up from his chair and heading towards the mail, indeed, it was the UA letter. He took it and opened it, finding a small round device inside that played a video. It explained that he passed with certain points and they awaited him on Monday. Izuku, Monday, huh? Alright, just gotta wait. Heading back to his chair to relax. On Monday, Izuku walked to UA for his first day of classes, dressed in his school uniform with his backpack. Izuku, why do I have to dress so weirdly? As he entered UA, he heard several girls complimenting him on how handsome he looked, which he brushed off. Arriving at UA, he headed towards Class 1A. Before opening the door, he paused. Izuku, was it a good idea to come here? Upon opening the door, he saw several people seated, including a blonde-haired boy and a bespectacled guy arguing. Izuku, this class doesn't look promising, but as he took a step, he noticed someone sitting with crossed arms, his brother Adamas, surprising and angering him. Izuku, what the heck is he doing here? Never mind, he won't bother me again. Suddenly, someone tapped him on the back, and he turned around. Uraka, hi, I wanted to thank you for saving me during the exam. It was amazing how you controlled the A. She was interrupted by Izuku. Izuku, I don't need a human to thank me. Now, stop bothering me. Heading to his seat and sitting down, surprising everyone, including Uraka. Uraka, are you okay? Going to her seat, why did he get mad? Well, maybe he was upset, I don't blame him. After a while, all the students arrived and were chatting quietly. Suddenly, someone walked in and stood in front of the class, silencing everyone. Aizawa, I'm Shota Aizawa, and I'll be your teacher for the next few years. I know it's sudden, but put these on. Showing them uniforms. Time skip. All the students of Class 1A were at the school's training ground. Aizawa, if you're wondering why we're here, we'll have a sort of test. You'll have 6 tests each, and your potential will be evaluated. The last one standing will be expelled. Let's begin. Test 1, I'll just put Izuku's result. It was a 1 versus 1 race. Aizawa, alright, the first participants are Izuku Midoriya against Tenya Ida. Suddenly, one person froze in shock. Adamas, wait, did he say Izuku Midoriya? No, it must be a mistake. Izuku and Ida got ready to race. Robot, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. But suddenly, a strong gust of wind blew towards the robot, leaving Ida confused. Ida, what happened? Looking beside him and not finding Izuku. Robot, Izuku Midoriya, 0.9 seconds. Class A, leaving the entire class stunned and silent. Izuku, seems like no one could see much of my speed, heading towards the others. Uraka, that speed you used was incredible. Excitedly approaching Izuku. Izuku, what do you know? Turning away. Uraka, although you slowed down a bit at the end, it was amazing. I had a hard time keeping up, hee hee. Speaking beside him. Izuku, she could see how fast I was going? Izuku, hey, Uraka, right? How did you see my speed and movements? Looking at her intently. Uraka, well, it wasn't easy, hee hee. I just saw you, I don't know what else to say, ha ha ha. Placing her right hand behind her head while laughing. Izuku, what a response, this would anger Izuku, causing many clouds to appear and a strong storm to start. Aizawa, students, let's head inside. Practice is suspended. Heading back into the school. Uraka, we'll talk later, it's starting to storm. See you. Waving goodbye. Izuku, whatever. It doesn't matter. Time just passes by, same as always. Drenched in boredom, looking up as the rain intensifies. Izuku, unfortunately, she's the only human different from this group. Walking inside the UA facilities. Time skip. Izuku was just leaving UA and heading home. Izuku, I'll have to do schoolwork, what a drag, walking calmly. Uraka, hey. Wait up. Approaching Izuku. Izuku, it's her, already more annoyed. Uraka, hi, where are you going, Izuku? Walking happily beside him. Izuku. None of your business. Closing his eyes and lowering his head as they continue walking. Uraka, don't be grumpy. Come on, it's fine to have company. Izuku. Uraka, and what's your quirk? Intrigued. Izuku : I don't have a quirk. Opening his eyes. Uraka, so you're just really skilled? Very surprised and a bit confused. Izuku. Sure. Looking ahead. Uraka, well, my quirk is called. It's called One for All. What did I do? Crying face. Izuku, I see. Uraka, this power has a wide range of abilities. Some I haven't discovered yet, and others I haven't mastered. For example, the first one is called Full Cowling. I can only control 50% to a maximum of 70%. This ability gives me great strength and speed. Izuku, several quirks. That human got lucky with her power. Uraka, my second ability is called Black Whip. I can grab, propel myself, and do many things with it. And finally, my last ability is called Levitation. I still don't control it very well, but I'll work hard to master my powers. Clenching her fist. Izuku, those powers are quite peculiar. Too bad she's just a simple human. Izuku, you have quite rare abilities. Don't waste them, just don't squander that power. Saying it calmly. Uraka, of course. Very happily, well, this is where we part ways. I have to catch the train station. Izuku, Uraka, yeah, I hope we get along well. Goodbye. Taking another route. Izuku, Uraka. You'll be useful in some cases, just know your place. Heading towards his house. The next day. Izuku sat in his seat with closed eyes and crossed arms, waiting for the teacher. Izuku, why are they taking so long? A little annoyed. All Might, I'm entering like a regular person. Entering the classroom out of nowhere. Class A, All Might. All Might, hello, young ones, as you can see, I'm here. Today, I'll be your teacher, and we'll have a special training session, combat training. Adama/Bakugo, combat training. Excited. All Might presses a button and boxes with numbers start coming out of the wall. As you can see, those boxes contain your hero costumes, arranged according to your list number. Well, I'll be waiting for you in the training city. Leaving the classroom. Izuku, a fight. Well, something new, but he was interrupted from his thoughts by the others' commotion. Time skip. All of Class A were in the training city, chatting quietly until All Might decided to start the training. All Might, attention, students, it's time to begin the training. First, I'll explain what it consists. He would be interrupted. Ida, Professor All Might, student Izuku Midoriya hasn't shown up yet, with his hand raised. All Might, does anyone know where he is? Uraka, well. Looking around trying to locate Izuku, there. Pointing to the tunnel where Izuku would emerge with his hero costume. Izuku, coming out of the tunnel without saying a word. His hero costume is this, no need to say, it includes his trident. Everyone would be amazed by Izuku's costume because of how cool it was. All Might, well, now that everyone's here, I'll explain how everything will work. Explaining that the villains have to defend the bomb from the heroes. The team matchups would be the same except for Ida's. Izuku and Uraka would face off against Ida and Adamas. All Might, now that we've paired up the groups, everyone go to your positions. The first team to fight will be young Izuku and Uraka against Ida and Adamas. Prepare yourselves, young ones. Izuku and Uraka will be the heroes and Ida and Adamas the villains. Uraka, lucky we didn't get paired together, huh? Smiling at him. Izuku, Adamas, heading towards the building with Uraka. Adamas, hey Ida, I need you to stay and guard the bomb, I have an important matter with that. Izuku. Ida, alright, no problem. Smiling. Adamas, thanks, I owe you one. With Izuku and Uraka. Uraka, let's see. We need to make a plan, Izuku, before the test ends. Izuku, no need. Said it very seriously. Uraka, huh? Do you already have a plan? Izuku, no. I'll just go straight for Adamas, I know he'll come for me too, so you go for the bomb while I stop Adamas. Uraka, okay. Adamas is your brother, right? You both have the same last name. Izuku, it's none of your business. Let's go. Uraka, okay, He's taking the training seriously, or is it because he's facing his brother? Having doubts in her head in the room. All Might, this will be the first battle, so pay attention. Telling the other students in the room Class A, yes. All Might, now the training begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Saying it from the room with Adamas and Ida. Adamas, it started, good luck Ida. Leaving the place Ida, likewise. Adamas, I'm going to kill you, you damn imposter, looking for Izuku. With Izuku and Uraka. Izuku, let's go. Heading to find Adamas Uraka, sure, but I'll take another path to get to the bomb. Activating one for all full cowling at 20%, pink lightning emitting from her body Izuku, suit yourself. But he would look as if a pink bolt passed in front of him, I know what to do. Water would start coming out from inside the building until it only covered their feet. Izuku, with this, I'll know where Adamas is coming from. Concentrating and feeling the movement of the water. Izuku, but he would feel someone approaching him, he's here. Dispelling the water Adamas, you. Coming out from a part of the building Adamas, tell me something, why do you have that name, huh? Angry Izuku, Izuku. Adamas, are you ignoring me? You'll see. Throwing a flame at him but quickly creating water to cover it Adamas, tchh, water, but that won't save you. Now I want you to tell me where you got that damn name from. More angry Izuku, that's my name. Happy? Brother. Speaking very coldly Adamas, ha ha ha, do you really think I'll believe that you're my useless brother Izuku? Izuku, believe it or not, that useless brother of yours became a god. Adamas, a god? Ha, what nonsense. To what level of cruelty have you stooped? Igniting fire in his hands Izuku, and how's Inko? Completely freezing Adamas Adamas, why you, how do you know her? Incredulous Izuku, it's easy because she's my mother. Leaving Adamas surprised, angry, frustrated Adamas, hey, I guess I can't deny that you're my brother anymore, but how did you change your appearance? Damn you. Izuku, that's none of your business, human. I'll tell you just this once, neither Inko nor you are anything but scum. Adamas, scum. Look who's talking, the one who thinks he's a damn god. Look me in the eyes, Izuku, what the hell happened to you? Izuku, Adamas, since we started arguing, you've just kept your gaze down. You're afraid to face the facts. Izuku, Adamas, look me in the eyes, Izuku. You're afraid, face it like a man, don't ignore me, look at me. Jumping towards him to punch him with fire enveloping his arm Izuku, if you want me to look you in the eyes so badly. Here's your long-awaited moment. Here's your long-awaited moment. At that moment, not only did they surprise the entire room that was watching them, everyone present was horrified by such an act. Not only did they surprise the entire room that was watching them, everyone present was horrified by such an act. Izuku, gods are perfect, no failures. Izuku, gods are perfect, no failures. Crashing into the wall and being left half dead. In the room. Everyone was horrified by what they had just seen, even All Might. Momo, All Might needs to stop this now, Adamas needs help. All Might, you're right, the villain's team wins by disqualification. With Uraka. She was fighting with Ida. Uraka, you're fast, Ida, but we have to end this. Increasing full cowling. Ida, agreed. Preparing recipro burst All Might, the villain's team wins by disqualification. Uraka, huh? Deactivating full cowling Ida, what happened? With Izuku. Izuku, Now what? Disqualification? Looking at Adamas leaning against the wall with a big hole in his stomach at that moment, recovery girl and several people with a stretcher and first aid equipment would arrive. Recovery, he's in bad shape, I'm not sure if he'll survive, we need to take him, let's go. Leaving the place with Adamas Uraka, what happened, Izuku? Arriving with Ida Izuku, Adamas had a little accident, the test is over, see you. Leaving the place. Uraka, an accident? Ida, I don't think so, I think something happened between them, if you heard All Might, he disqualified you, so Izuku must have done something to Adamas. Uraka, Izuku. Worried time skip. After all the commotion, Izuku didn't approach anyone and decided to leave UA for the moment. Izuku, finally, I was able to put Adamas in his place. People like him don't deserve to live. One day, Izuku was in regular classes, but Aizawa, who was asleep, wakes up and stands in front of the desk. Aizawa, I wanted to give a notice, tomorrow along with other teachers, we will go to USJ. You will have a rescue training there. More details will be given later. Now let me sleep. He goes back into his sleeping bag. Everyone gets excited about Aizawa's announcement and starts talking about the training. Izuku, training. How bold. Uraka, Izuku. What do you think the training at USJ will be like? Approaching him. Izuku, Her again? Just looks at her. Izuku, well. I don't care. Coldly and simply. Uraka, placing her arms around his neck from behind. Uraka, come on, Izuku, don't be so cold. Be a little more friendly and humble. Outing. Izuku, more friendly? Uraka, if you want to rescue people, you have to make them feel safe knowing that you can save them. It's about smiling, being kind, and giving them peace. Izuku, I hope she leaves me alone like this. Uraka, I knew there was a heart behind the coldness. Smiling. Izuku, feelings are troublesome. Uraka, well, I'm going back to my seat. Goodbye. Going back to her seat. Time skip. All the students were on the bus heading to USJ. Izuku was at the back left, looking out the window while the other students chatted. Izuku. Kirishima, hey man, you're always so quiet. Come on, socialize a bit. Placing his hand on Izuku's back, beside his seat. Izuku, don't touch me. And stay away. Kirishima, oh okay, but remember, we're friends. As time passed, Izuku ignored everyone. After a while, they all arrived at USJ and got off the bus with their teachers. Aizawa, welcome to USJ. Here, we will have your training. Follow me. All the students followed Aizawa into the facility. Izuku, I hope this isn't a scam, walking behind Aizawa. Uraka, this is going to be exciting, walking beside Izuku. Later, Aizawa led them all inside, and the students were amazed by the size of the place. Uraka, wow. Looking around. Aizawa, today, a professional hero will show you around. Number 13, and that would be me. Appearing beside Aizawa. Uraka, it's Pro Hero 13. One of my favorites. Number 13, haha, as Aizawa said, I'll be guiding your group. Suddenly, a strange noise was heard in the middle of USJ, and portals appeared, releasing villains. Izuku, Turning towards the noise where villains started emerging. Aizawa, damn. Getting into a combat stance. Ida, Professor, is this part of the training? A bit surprised and scared by the number of villains. Aizawa, no. They are real villains. Given Aizawa's statement, most of the students would be frightened to face real villains. Momo, number 13, what about the intruder alarms? She said, frightened number 13, of course, we have them but I don't know what happened. Aizawa, number 13, I'll entrust the students to you, I'll handle the villains. Kirishima, but sir, you can't take on all of them, plus your fighting style is to capture enemies and erase their quirks afterward, which means attacking head-on is useless, he said, sounding concerned. Aizawa, a hero always has a trick up their sleeve, getting ready to leap, but before he could, he'd be pushed back by Izuku. Aizawa, Midoriya, what the heck are you doing? Angry at the push and the situation there in Izuku. Izuku would simply walk towards them. Aizawa, wait. You can't do that. Fearing something might happen to him. Izuku, shut up and watch. Heading towards the villains. Villain 1, squad, get ready, here we go. Villain 2, what's that student doing approaching us? Pointing at Izuku walking towards them with a cold look. Villain 2, what's that student doing approaching us? Pointing at Izuku walking towards them with a cold look. Villain 3, no idea, but he's really heading towards us on his own. Villain 1, what an idiot, ha ha ha, what can that student do to us? Villain 2, kid, better go back to mommy before you. But before he could finish his sentence, he'd be cut in half. Izuku. Scum, with the trident in the air. Villain 1 and 2, what the hell? Scared to see their comrade cut in half. Izuku, are you next? To charge towards them and kill them with his trident, leaving the other villains afraid to face him. Shigaraki, damn, that brat's giving us trouble, causing us problems, scratching his neck. Aizawa, what are you doing, Midoriya? Angry and frustrated at what Izuku is doing. Ida, sir, you have to stop Midoriya, he can't kill the villains because if he does. Agitated. Uraka, I'll go talk to him, slightly serious and nervous. Ida, Uraka. Kurogiri, I'm afraid I can't let you escape, a large dark shadow appearing in front of everyone. Aizawa, tch. lunging towards the shadow, but it would teleport him into the midst of all the villains where Aizawa would start fighting them. Kurogiri, I'll have to send you all somewhere you won't bother anyone, creating portals and teleporting them to the training grounds in those places. The same thing would happen as in the anime. Uraka would be with Tsuyu and Mineta. Izuku, worms. Looking at the villains around him. Villain, shut up, kid, jumping towards Izuku followed by all the villains. Izuku, Triton. Launching dozens of attacks at the villains, killing them instantly, leaving Aizawa surprised as he watched Izuku fight. Izuku. Appearing at great speed beside Shigaraki. Shigaraki, what the hell? Looking at Izuku beside him. Izuku, disappear. Izuku, disappear. But before the attack could reach Shigaraki, the Nomu would hit Izuku, dragging him back a bit. Shigaraki, Nomu, go and kill him now. The Nomu would then be sent flying towards Izuku. Damn, if the Nomu hadn't arrived at that moment, he'd be dead. Who is this kid? Izuku, damn it. With some anger at that moment, the Nomu would strike Izuku in the face, sending him flying forward. Shigaraki, Nomu, don't waste time, finish him off. Yelling at the Nomu. Then Aizawa would notice the whole situation. Aizawa, Midoriya is in trouble, I have to help my student, running to help Izuku. Shigaraki, not so fast, Aizawa, you're not going anywhere, appearing in front of Aizawa. Aizawa, TCH. Sorry, Midoriya, I'm fine. With Izuku. Izuku would rise from the ground, angry. Izuku. Izuku, disappear, appearing above the Nomu. Izuku, disappear, appearing above the Nomu. So the Nomu would take all the attacks, ending up shredded. Izuku. At this, all the villains would retreat from fear of Izuku. Izuku, humph. Losers. He'd glance at Aizawa, and what he saw wasn't pretty. There was Aizawa, with a broken elbow and numerous wounds all over his body, beside Shigaraki, who was also somewhat injured, having witnessed everything Izuku did with the Nomu. Shigaraki, damn. The Nomu was beaten by a mere student. I need to get out of here with Kurogiri fast. Where Kurogiri would appear beside Shigaraki. Kurogiri, Shigaraki, we need to leave. All the villains have retreated, it's just us two left. The mission to kill All Might will have to wait for another time. Surprising Aizawa, who was still conscious on the ground, and Izuku didn't care. Shigaraki, we have no choice. Let's go, Kurogiri. I hope you take this as a lesson, Eraserhead. Looking at Aizawa on the ground. Izuku, you won't escape. Charging at great speed towards Shigaraki. Shigaraki, huh? Before Kurogiri could teleport him, Izuku made a deep cut in Shigaraki's chest with his trident. Izuku. Uraka, Izuku. Arriving with Tsuyu and Mineta. Izuku, Seeing them arrive. Uraka, oh no, what happened to Professor Aizawa? Seeing Aizawa on the ground. Aizawa, don't worry, I'm fine, just a little banged up. Getting up. Tsuyu, Professor, do you need any help? Aizawa, no need. We need to head to UA immediately. Uraka, I'll go right away, activating one for all full cowling and leaving USJ, heading towards UA. Elsewhere. A portal would leave Shigaraki on the ground with that deep cut in his chest. Shigaraki, Sensei, I got a deep cut in my chest, we were completely defeated, even the Nomu was easily defeated. Easily? Speaking through a monitor. Shigaraki, yeah, even the other villains fled, all because of that damn kid. Kid? Shigaraki, yeah, he was blonde and had some kind of trident, he killed many villains and the Nomu very easily. There's no use lamenting now, all we can do is prepare for the next attack. Shigaraki Tomura, next time we'll show the world the true horror of your existence. The next day. All the students were seated, waiting for Aizawa to arrive. Then they would hear someone enter. Aizawa, good morning, heading towards his desk. All, good morning, Professor Aizawa. Uraka, Professor, are you well enough to teach? Raising her hand. Aizawa, don't worry about me, after all, the battle isn't over for you yet. Izuku, the battle? Uraka, doesn't he mean? Aizawa, the UA Sports Festival is approaching, boys and girls. After Aizawa announced the upcoming sports festival, the whole class got excited, while some didn't really care. Aizawa, this is a once-a-year opportunity. Don't miss it. If you aspire to be heroes, this event is crucial. The bell rings, signaling break time. Aizawa, you may go now. Izuku, the sports festival. It's a perfect chance to show everyone who they're dealing with. Getting up from his seat. Uraka, hey, Izuku, let's grab lunch together. Approaching him. Izuku, sure. Leaving the classroom with her, heading towards the food stalls. They bump into Ida, who joins them. Ida, Uraka, everyone has a reason to be a hero. What's yours? Walking alongside her Uraka, well. Haha, it would simply be for money, but. I'm working at my parents' construction company, but there's just no real work, so we're broke. That's why I'll become a hero and earn money without fail, and give my mom and dad the easy life they deserve. Walking alongside Izuku and Ida with her head down. Ida, that's a good reason to be a hero, Uraka. Helping your parents, just strive to achieve your goal. Izuku would be ignoring everything that's happening. Uraka, hey. Thanks. All Might, oh. There you are, Uraka, my girl. Would you mind having lunch with me? Appearing beside her. Uraka, phew. Haha, well, Izuku, Ida, I gotta go with All Might. See you later, okay? Looking at him, Ida, sure. All Might, one thing I haven't told you, young Midoriya, your brother Adamas will be back one day before the sports festival. Izuku, I'm not interested. If it's about my brother, I don't care. Leaving All Might, alright, I see there's no use talking about his brother. Uraka, sorry, All Might, he just hates his brother because of past issues, it's not his fault. All Might, seems like you guys hang out a lot. Let's go to my office, we'll talk there calmly and confidentially. In the office. All Might, now that we're here, how's it going with One for All? Uraka, well, I'm doing pretty well for now. I can only control 60% of the 3 quirks I can use for now, and another thing is that with the levitation quirk, I can not only levitate but also fly through the air. A bit more time, and I'll fully control the levitation quirk. All Might, I'm proud of you, young Uraka. Not only have you improved in controlling the quirks of various bearers, but you've also evolved your quirk. I'm impressed. With a big smile on his face, Uraka, thank you. Said happily All Might, let's talk about the sports festival. UA's sports festival is a major event that the whole country will pay attention to. It's your chance to shine. I want you to remember, I want you to let the world know that you'll be the next #1 hero. Uraka, of course. Raising her arm, All Might, ha, that's the spirit. By the way, since when have you been so close with young Midoriya? Uraka, I think since combat training. All Might, young Uraka, do you trust Izuku? I know he's an aspiring hero, but I've had a bad feeling about him since I saw him in combat training. Uraka, of course, I trust Izuku. He's my best friend for a reason. Besides, in combat training. I know he messed up, but he had to do it for personal reasons with his brother. I trust him. Blushing, something All Might would notice. All Might, Uraka, please don't tell me you, oh okay, I see you have confidence in him. Just be careful, alright? Uraka, alright? After class. Uraka, whoa. Ida, what the heck? Surprised by the number of students outside the classroom. Izuku, tch. There's no point in talking, so why don't you all just leave this place, you scum? Stepping in front of everyone, I came to see what you're made of, guys, but I didn't expect you to be so arrogant. Emerging from the crowd and standing in front of Izuku Shinsu, spying on the competition? Well, at least I, from the General Education Department, will wipe the floor with you if you take it lightly. Shinsu, spying on the competition? Well, at least I, from the General Education Department, will wipe the floor with you if you take it lightly. At these words, everyone would fall silent. Izuku, hey, ha, beat me, you? At Izuku's response, everyone would remain silent and surprised. Izuku, ha, don't talk nonsense, naive one. Neither you nor your other useless classmates will even scratch me. Now get out of my way. With a threatening look, Shinsu and the other students made space for Izuku to leave. Izuku, humph. Starting to leave Uraka, wait, Izuku. Following him, and they both leave Uraka, hey, Izu, don't you think you caused a scene back there? Walking beside him, Izuku, I don't care. Uraka, are you ready for the sports festival? It starts in 2 weeks. Izuku, I'll just crush any bug that gets in my way. That's it, 2 is all. Uraka, that's intense. Haha, anyway, Izuku, don't be so serious, it's just a festival. Izuku. Uraka, you know. I've never won a battle. When I was a kid, I didn't have a quirk. I developed it like 1 or 2 years ago, and since then, I've been training and discovering more of my abilities. And that's why in the sports festival, I'll defeat you. You're the only strong one worth beating. A little surprised by what she said. Izuku, MH. Uraka, what? Are you ignoring me? Standing in front of him. Izuku, keep up that spirit. Trash will always be trash. No matter how hard it tries. Uraka, MH, okay. Uraka, see you on the day of the sports festival, bye. Running in the opposite direction of Izuku. Today is the day of the big event. The sports festival. Today would be the big day of the UA Sports Festival where all the first grade students would compete against each other to secure the best positions and catch the eyes of professional heroes. Waiting room 1A. All the students from class 1A were chatting among themselves, except for Izuku, who was leaning against a wall with his eyes closed, doing nothing. Adamas was already incorporated into the group but avoids contact with Izuku. But then someone approached Izuku. Todoroki, Midoriya. Standing in front of Izuku would just open his eyes and look at Todoroki. Todoroki, objectively speaking, I believe I'm above you in terms of practical strength. I will defeat you. The whole room fell silent. Todoroki's action surprised everyone because they know how Izuku usually behaves. Izuku, I don't care what you say, the result will be the same, everyone below me. Uraka, calm down, both of you, now is not the time to fight, hee, trying to prevent the conversation from escalating. Todoroki, I'll defeat you. Staring at each other intensely. Uraka, stop it, both of you. You'll prove this later, for now, focus. Izuku, I don't need to focus, I will win. Moving towards the exit door. Izuku, just one thing I'll tell you all, when the 1 versus 1 matches arrive. I won't show mercy to anyone, don't hold back or you'll end up worse than useless Adamas. Leaving the room. Adamas, TCH. Damned monster. Kaminari, is he nervous? Uraka, no. He's serious about this. Time skip. All the first-year students would be exiting, being introduced by present Mike. Izuku, TCH. So annoying. Looking at the audience cheering. Uraka, wow, there are so many people here. Observing the place. Midnight, alright, play fair. Standing on a platform. Students, look, it's the hero Midnight. Pointing at the hero. Midnight, as you know, the representatives of the groups have to go first, so the first to go will be Izuku Midoriya from 1A. Izuku, what a nuisance. Moving towards the platform. Uraka, huh? Izuku will be our representative? Kirishima, remember, he came in first place in the entrance exam. Izuku would step onto the platform. Izuku. I only see trash before my eyes. Stepping down from the platform. As people started insulting him, another part remained silent. Izuku, scum. Midnight, oh okay, let's move on to our first event. Midnight, and the first test will be the obstacle race. Let's begin in 3, 2, 1. Izuku, I'll show them that I'm someone to be feared. Uraka, I have to show the others that I'm here. Midnight, now. All the students from all classes started running. The first to stand out was Todoroki, who froze the feet of several while Uraka, Adamas, Bakugo, Momo, and Kirishima avoided Todoroki's attack. Meanwhile, Izuku was standing with his feet frozen. Izuku, TCH. Now. He would make a big leap forward to knock out some in the jump and position himself in first place, then he would start running quickly. Uraka, oh no, Izuku really wants to win, I can't fall behind. Increasing full cowling to 30% to catch up to Izuku. Izuku, huh? Noticing that Uraka was getting closer, and they were getting further away from the others. Uraka, don't think I'll let you off that easily, Izuku, hee. Izuku. But then there would be a tremor on the track, and several giant robots would appear. Izuku, how annoying. Jumping where he would split 2 of the giant robots with his trident and then continue running. Uraka, I'll have to dodge them, it's not time to use my 100%. Starting to fly and avoiding the robots to continue forward. Izuku, huh? Izuku would notice that there was an abyss next to large rocks. Izuku, TCH. Such easy challenges. Jumping quickly from rock to get to the other side, while Uraka would fly over the test. While Izuku continued running, he would approach a minefield area where he would start running faster, triggering the mines, but they wouldn't affect him due to his speed. Uraka would do the same as Izuku, as if she flew, the mines that Izuku detonated would disorient her. After Izuku passed the minefield areas, he would be nearing the finish line. Izuku. Uraka, that was easy. Arriving beside Izuku. Izuku, I thought I left you behind? Getting closer to the finish line. Uraka, I want to be first. Izuku, so sorry, bye. Rushing ahead. Izuku. Don't even think about it. Uraka, come on, we're almost but a strong gust of wind would pass by her side. Present mic, the first winner in the first round is Midoriya Izuku. Izuku, what stupid confidence. Watching her exit the tunnel. Present mic, and the second participant to come out is Uraka Ochako. Uraka, Izuku. Approaching him. Uraka, that was incredible, I never thought you'd show your true speed. Izuku, I haven't shown nearly anything of my power, now go away. Moving away from the place. Uraka, are you okay? Hey guys, I want to do a poll and I want you to choose between. Proceed directly to the elimination rounds. Play the cavalry battle. After a while, Present Mike started talking from the speaker. Present Mike, time's up. Now, it's the main event. In the next phase, a total of 16 contestants will battle it out, and among them, we'll decide the tournament winner. It'll be direct 1 versus 1 battles. Adamas, a tournament, huh? Finally, I'll get a chance to be on TV. Midnight, now, we'll have a draw to determine the matchups. After the draw, here are the pairings. Midoriya vs Shinsu. Todoroki vs Sero. Shiozaki vs Kaminari. Ida vs Hatsume. Adamas vs Aoyama. Tokoyami vs Bakugo. Tetsu vs Kirishima. Uraka vs Ashido. Midoriya, Shinsu? Observing the matchups Uraka, Aoyama? Also observing Aoyama, if you don't try hard, you'll be amazed. Doing a silly pose. Uraka, huh? Time skip. After a rest for the participants, the combat stage was ready. Present mic, first match. From the hero department, rumored to be the Class 1A ace, Izuku Midoriya. Versus. From the general department, Shinsu Hitoshi. Both entered the stage, Izuku with a lowered gaze and Shinsu staring at him. Shinsu, get ready, so-called Class A ace, hey. Izuku. Present mic, ready. Begin. Shinsu, now, Midoriya, you won't. He was interrupted by a powerful blow that sent him crashing into the wall, badly injured. Izuku, trash. Indicating with his trident that he had struck Shinsu. Present mic, the winner of this round is Izuku Midoriya. Everyone cheered. Izuku, humph. Looking disdainfully at the crowd. After that, Izuku left the stage so others could have their matches. I'll summarize just Uraka and Adamas battles, as the others are the same as in the anime. Uraka vs Ashido winner equals Uraka. Ashido threw acid at Uraka, but she dodged easily with full cowling and gently knocked her out of the stage without harming her. Aoyama vs Adamas winner equals Adamas. Aoyama shot beams from his stomach, but Adamas, with some difficulty, dodged and eventually pushed Aoyama out of the stage with a fire blast. Present mic, the first elimination round is over. Now, on to the next round. Here are the matchups for the next round. Midoriya vs Todoroki. Shiozaki vs Ida. Adamas vs Bakugo. Uraka vs Kirishima. Present mic, let's have Midoriya Izuku and Todoroki Shoto on stage. Both entered from different sides. Present mic, ready. They stared at each other. Present mic, begin. Todoroki quickly launched an ice column at Midoriya, but he shattered it effortlessly with his trident. Izuku, here I come. He sped towards Todoroki, who reacted by creating another ice column. But Izuku broke through it with a strong trident strike, closing in on Todoroki and landing a hit that sent him back, supported by the ice. Todoroki, this is going to be tough. Trying to find a weakness in Izuku. Present mic, amazing folks. Todoroki launches huge ice columns, while Izuku shatters them with his trident. The crowd starts getting excited. Izuku, tch. Looking at the crowd, this ends now. Todoroki, I see you want to go all out at once. Causing the floor to freeze Todoroki, then let's go all out. Launching a massive ice column. Izuku. He pierced through the massive ice column, similar to the one he threw at Sero in the anime. Todoroki, how? And would receive a powerful blow from Izuku's trident, sending him out of the combat stage. Present mic, incredible fight. The winner is Izuku Midoriya. The audience would start chanting his name and praising him. Izuku was about to enter the facilities but stopped next to Todoroki. Izuku, your stupid past can't bring out your full potential, forget it, and you won't be so useless anymore. Then walked into UA, leaving a pensive Todoroki. Time skip. During this time, the remaining battles took place, and only 2 matches remained to reach the final. In all this time, Izuku and Uraka didn't speak because they knew there shouldn't be any interruptions during their match. Battle summary. Shiozaki vs Ida. Ida, same as in the anime. Bakugo vs Adamas. It was a tough fight, but Adamas won due to a certain advantage. Both exchanged attacks like explosions and flames, but Adamas could control Bakugo's explosions from a distance, returning them with more power and fire. Despite Bakugo's skill, Adamas emerged as the winner. Uraka vs Kirishima, an entertaining battle where both displayed great strength and endurance. However, Kirishima's limit was reached, giving Uraka the victory. Present mic. Oh, here comes the penultimate round of eliminations. The last matches are Midoriya vs Ida. Uraka vs Adamas. Present mic. We're getting closer to the final round. And it's getting more exciting. Izuku, most likely, I'll fight Uraka, observing Uraka, who was realizing she'd have to face Adamas. Adamas, yes. I'll face my stupid brother's girlfriend. If I can't attack him, I'll attack what he cares about the most. Present mic. Alright, let's start the next round. In this one, it's Izuku Midoriya, the untouchable, versus Tenya Ida. Both took their positions. Present mic. Ready. Ida, I hope to have a great fight with you, Izuku. Getting ready. Izuku, ignoring his words. Present mic. Begin. Ida quickly ran around Izuku to find an opening to strike, while Izuku stood still, doing nothing. Ida, he's been in the same position since this started. I need to hit him, I can't just keep running. He quickly leapt towards Izuku, aiming a kick at his face, but Izuku easily dodged it. Ida, he dodged without any problem. And I was using a lot of speed, I need to go all out. Ida stopped for a moment, and flames began to emerge from his legs. Ida, Recipro burst. He launched a high-speed kick at Izuku, hitting him. Everyone was surprised by the powerful kick Ida delivered to Izuku. Present mic. Incredible. Ida landed a powerful blow on Midoriya. The crowd started cheering with excitement. Ida, I got him, hee. What? He turned to look at Izuku and saw he was unfazed. Izuku, it's the first time someone has managed to hit me in the tournament. But your blows do absolutely nothing to me. Izuku, it's over. He struck him hard in the stomach with his trident, rendering him unconscious. Present mic. Izuku Midoriya advances to the grand final. The crowd made even more noise, which annoyed Izuku even more. Izuku, so noisy, entering UA. Present mic. The last match to advance to the final will be between the fire guy Adamas Midoriya and the powerful girl Uraka Ochako. Both entered the combat stage. Present mic. Ready. Adamas, I hope to have a good fight. Sister-in-law, getting into a combat stance. Uraka, wait. What? Blushing. Present mic. Begin. In a quick move, Adamas would launch 2 fire blasts from his hands, but Uraka would notice and leap high with full cowling 20% activated. Adamas, ha, you won't escape. He controlled more flames to aim at Uraka. Uraka, but you don't count on something, Adamas. Quickly flying and positioning herself behind him. Uraka, I don't just have one quirk, Detroit Smash. Delivering a powerful blow to Adamas's back. Adamas, arg. Being thrown off the platform but expelling fire downwards to float and then heading back to the combat stage with his flames. Adamas, that was close, I need to be more careful. Observing Uraka. Uraka, let's go, Adamas. Increasing full cowling to 25%, intensifying the raise. Adamas, hee, now you'll see my secret technique. Placing his arms on the ground. Adamas, fire bucket. A cube of fire formed around Uraka and Adamas. Uraka, oh no, it's so hot. Realizing she was trapped. Present mic. Student Adamas has trapped Super Uraka in a kind of fire square. In the stands. Izuku watched the fight between Uraka and his brother Adamas, surprised to see his brother's technique again. Izuku, fire bucket, Adamas. Flashback. Approximately when Izuku and Adamas were 8 years old. Adamas, hey Izuku, come with me to the park, I want to show you something amazing. Izuku, alright. I don't know why, but I feel like this is something bad. After leaving their house and walking to the park, Adamas and Izuku arrived at the park center. Izuku, so? What did you want to show me? Looking at his brother who was next to him doing stretching exercises. Adamas, I just learned a new technique and I want you to be the first to try it, Izuku. Placing his hands on the ground. Izuku, try it? Out of nowhere, a fire cube would form, leaving Izuku and Adamas inside. Izuku, huh? We're trapped. Seeing it was just a kind of square made entirely of fire. Adamas, ha, yes, I'll call this technique fire bucket. Watch how it works. Mini fireballs would start coming out from the sides of the cube, which Izuku could barely dodge. Adamas, my ability is very powerful, no one can escape the cube, but the downside is if I remove my hands from the ground. Lifting his hands from the ground, causing the fire cube to disappear. Izuku, incredible. Adamas, let's get out of here. Leaving the place. Izuku, yeah. Going with him. End of flashback. Izuku, that technique has its good and bad sides. On the stage, Uraka and Adamas were inside the cube. Adamas, ha, now you have no way to escape. I'm sorry, but I have to defeat you. It's for revenge against my brother. If I can't harm him, I'll hurt his girlfriend. As the fire intensified. Uraka, but I'm not his, but she would be interrupted by a fireball passing in front of her face. Adamas, now you'll experience true hellfire. Numerous fire attacks, including fireballs, arrows, and discs, would come from all sides. Uraka quickly activated 35% of full cowling, starting to dodge all the attacks, though some would lightly burn her. Uraka, I have to find a way out of this cube, I can't just keep dodging his attacks. Wait. If Adamas stops touching the ground, there might be a chance the cube will disappear. I have to try it. She turned towards Adamas. Uraka, I have to hit you to end this. Jumping forward, preparing a smash towards Adamas. Adamas, come closer. Uraka, Detroit. Getting closer to Adamas. Adamas, now. Creating a wall of fire in front of Uraka. Uraka, oh no, my smash won't break that barrier, and it'll hurt my arm badly. I guess I have to use 100%, there's no other way. Close to touching the wall, Uraka would charge 100% of one for all in her arm. Uraka, smash. She released the smash at the wall of fire, breaking through it and hitting Adamas. Adamas, ugh. Being thrown out of the combat stage. Adamas, I have to do something before I lose. Creating a fire arrow and shooting it at Uraka before proceeding to fall to the ground and concede defeat. Uraka, phew, it was so hot in there, wah? But she would notice a fire arrow heading quickly towards her head, but before it could hit, it would disintegrate due to a strong air current. Izuku, with his arms stretched out holding the trident. Present mic, and the grand winner is Uraka Ochako. We have our final, Izuku Midoriya vs Uraka Ochako. Uraka, phew, I'm saved, thank why. Uraka wanted to thank Izuku by shouting, but he wasn't in the stands anymore. Uraka, maybe next time, but I have to focus now, I'm up against him. Darn it. Heading inside UA. Present mic, we'll take a 30-minute break for the finalists to rest, then we'll have the grand final battle. After 20 minutes. Izuku was inside UA, barely heading towards the exit to reach the combat stage, but he would pass by a resting room with the door open, and in the background, he could hear Uraka. Izuku, Moving next to the door to listen to Uraka and whoever she was talking to. In the room. Uraka, hi. Mom, Dad. Speaking on the phone. Uraka's mom, hello. Daughter, it's so good to hear you, and it's great that you're okay, Ochako. We've been watching you from the beginning, and you've been fantastic, dear. Uraka, thank you, Mom. Uraka's dad, I'm proud of you, daughter. I never thought you'd be so strong, Ochako. Keep it up, and you'll be the best hero. Uraka, thanks, Dad, I'll do my best. Uraka's mom, daughter, in the next match, be very careful with Izuku Midoriya. We've heard that due to an anger attack, he nearly killed his brother, and besides, he showed no mercy to his own teammates in the previous rounds. Uraka's dad, Ochako, if you can defeat that guy, do it immediately. I don't want that guy to harm you, plus, he gives me a bad feeling, he seems to be a cold-hearted person. Uraka, Mom, Dad, actually, he's my best friend. Uraka's mom and dad, what? Uraka, yes, he may seem cold and heartless at first glance, but I know he's not like that inside. He's someone who helps defenseless people and is prepared for any danger. I know he shows no mercy in battles, he doesn't want to be weak. He even warned me that he won't hold back, not even with me, which excited me even more. Also, if it weren't for him, I don't know if I'd still be alive at this moment, as Adamas, before falling, shot a fire arrow straight at my head, but Izuku created a strong air current with his trident and dissolved the arrow. I'm not asking you to trust Izuku, but trust me. I know he's not a bad guy, I know he's amazing and strong, with an iron will, protecting others. Saying everything with a loving voice. Uraka's mom, I see you have a lot of trust in your friend Izuku. Alright, daughter, if you trust Izuku, then we'll trust him too. Uraka, thank you, Mom, thank you for trusting me. Uraka's dad, Ochako, can I ask you something if you don't mind? Uraka, go ahead, what does he want to ask to say that? Uraka's dad, from everything I've heard about this guy Izuku, are you developing feelings for him? Uraka, I mean, why that question, he. Nervously and blushing. Uraka's dad, well, from how you describe the guy, it seems like he's captured your heart, Ochako, he, that's why, tell us with confidence, daughter, you know we support you in your decisions. Uraka, I mean, well, maybe. Saying as her face turned completely red. Uraka's mom, ha, my daughter has fallen in love with her best friend, how cute. Uraka's dad, well, as long as he doesn't mistreat you and protects you at all costs, it's approved. Uraka's mom, well, we'll leave you now, daughter. In 10 minutes, you'll be fighting Izuku. You need to focus and prepare. Uraka's dad, we believe in you, daughter. Uraka, thank you very much, Mom and Dad. I love you. While tears welled up in her eyes. Uraka's mom and dad, and we love you too, daughter. Take care, goodbye. Hanging up the call. Uraka, leaning against the table, I need to think of strategies against Izuku. Izuku, who was next to the door, listening to the entire conversation, would simply walk away with his head down. Izuku, how foolish. To trust. It's one of humans' mistakes, walking away towards the teachers. Time skip. Present mic, hello, audience who has been waiting for the final battle. Right now, to not keep you waiting, let the grand final battle begin. Where people started making a lot of noise. Present mic, on the right side, we have the Supergirl who has defeated all her opponents with ease, she is Uraka Ochako. Uraka would come out from the right side and climb onto the combat stage. Uraka, come on, Uraka, stay calm and focused, you trained to death just for this day, don't disappoint your parents or Izuku. Present mic, and on the other side, we have the god of Class 1A, who has only received a single blow throughout the tournament, he is Izuku Midoriya. Suddenly, the place would start filling with water, almost evening out the stage's dimensions. Uraka, where is this water coming from? But from the right side, a path would start opening where the waves would split into two parts, and from there, Izuku would start approaching the stage. Izuku, it's being too easy, isn't it? Izuku, the tyrant of the seas is me. Izuku, the sea paves the way for the most feared god, bid your death farewell. When Izuku finally gets on the stage. Izuku, Poseidon. And he would take his place. This left Uraka and the other spectators who heard it astonished. Present mic, ready. Present mic, ready. Present mic, begin. Present mic, begin. At the moment the fight began, Izuku only looked at the ground while Uraka analyzed the moment to attack him. Present mic, neither of them has taken any steps, what's going on? At that moment, Uraka would activate 20% of full cowling and would launch herself to strike Izuku, who would simply pierce her in the stomach with his trident. But out of nowhere, Uraka would disappear and reappear where she was before. Uraka, why did he just pierce me with one attack? He's taking this fight too seriously. If it weren't for the illusion, I'd be half dead, starting to sweat a little, a quirk holder's ability can do that. Present mic, astounding. We don't know what the young Uraka did, but she escaped a great blow from Izuku Midoriya. He's serious. Uraka, I'll use a maximum of illusions. 18, with those, I should tire Izuku a bit, to create illusions of herself one by one. But unfortunately, Izuku easily killed them, something that left Uraka and all the spectators and teachers frightened. Present Mike, it seems that young Izuku doesn't even have mercy on anyone, too surprised at how he ended illusions so easily. Uraka, damn, this is no longer a simple battle. No matter how I attack Izuku, I end up being defeated, while observing Izuku, and a great pressure arises in the place. Present Mike, this fight is getting more and more exciting. That's why I invited Aizawa to broadcast the battle. Aizawa, you forced me to, so let's start this already. Next to him. Present Mike, Aizawa, what do you think of young Izuku? He has easily defeated all his rivals, and it seems that at this moment he's very serious. Aizawa, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if Midoriya almost killed Uraka. Present Mike, what? Why do you say that? Both he and the audience surprised. Aizawa, because in fact, Izuku Midoriya was the one who almost killed his own brother. Izuku Midoriya was the one who almost killed his own brother. Present Mike, right, I heard that the young man was also in danger of death, but I didn't know Izuku was responsible. Aizawa, in fact, all the students found out about that, and since then, Midoriya Izuku is the most feared student at UA. Present Mike, darn, young Izuku is someone to fear, but well, let's continue with the fight. Uraka, so, I'm in danger, huh? To sit on the ground, surprising everyone in the audience. Present Mike, student Uraka Ochako has sat in the middle of the arena. Uraka, I don't want to lose, you know. I'm not interested in losing, but I doubt I can win against you, so grant me the honor of seeing your power. To stand up again and take a fighting stance. Izuku would simply ignore her. Uraka, well, that didn't work. Ochako, I can't lose now. In front of those who shaped my path. Here I go. Activating full cowling at 60% and creating powerful bursts of air. Here I go. Activating full cowling at 60% and creating powerful bursts of air. Present Mike, it seems like young Uraka is taking the fight seriously. Uraka, you have nowhere to run. I'll attack you for real now. With this attack, even the weakest will sweat. Launching herself with a prepared smash. However, Izuku manages to dodge the attack. Izuku, almost. Now you're mine. Uraka, I missed? He's too fast. I have to do something. But before Izuku's attack could hit Uraka with his trident, she barely manages to dodge it. Uraka, now, launching a smash that hits Izuku in the face and then backing away. Present Mike, incredible. This fight keeps getting more exciting. Uraka, hey, I finally managed to hit you. Izuku, you're done. In the stands. All Might, that's it, Uraka my girl. You keep perfecting one for all more and more. Though I didn't know you could also do some kind of illusions. Must be from some holder. In the battle. Present Mike, now young Izuku will attack. Noticing he's advancing towards Uraka. Launching dozens of attacks towards Uraka. Uraka, they're too fast, I'll have to dodge, using full cowling at 80%. Repeatedly dodging Izuku's attacks with difficulty. Present Mike, wonderful, Uraka. She's dodging all of Izuku's attacks, which are going at high speed. Uraka, his attacks are very fast. The advantage is that I can dodge them, but they're getting faster every time, moving around to dodge the attacks. Uraka, smash. Launching a powerful blast of air towards Izuku, who stops launching attacks. Present Mike, young Izuku has stopped launching attacks. Person, well done, girl. You can do it. Shouting from the stands. Person 2, it's incredible, she dodged all the attacks and came out without a scratch. Present Mike, what in the world are your students made of, Aizawa? Aizawa, and the best part is, it's just getting started. Uraka, huh? Why is he laughing, Uraka, huh? Why is he laughing? Uraka, is he whistling? Present Mike, Midoriya started whistling? Present Mike, Midoriya started whistling? Then Izuku would move to attack Uraka. Then Izuku would move to attack Uraka. Uraka, here it comes, his next move will be. But Uraka would lose sight of him. Uraka, what? Ugh. Receiving a deep cut on the left side of her stomach and falling backward. Izuku, I thought you could dodge my moves.